providing social amenities, putting an end to insurgency, and eliminating harmful cultural practices against women. These are some of the demands various women groups have made at several fora. One issue that bothers most women more than these demands are the increasing cases of violence against women. It becomes more worrisome that cases of violence against women are mostly unreported for fear of stigma or a lack of faith in the justice system.
When they don't press charges, at the end of the day, you discover that almost nearly every, maybe 50% of every case of domestic violence leads to death eventually, because they will kill them. If you cannot press charges at the early stage, if you cannot seek divorce at the early stage, if you cannot seek remedies at the early stage, it will eventually lead you to such a place where they might eventually kill you.
Domestic violence is a violation of fundamental human rights, which is guaranteed by the Nigerian Constitution. However, Section 55, subsection 1D of the Penal Code allows a man to flog his wife as a disciplinary measure.
The VAP did not repeal the Penal Code. So there's still these lacunas that men can fall on to inflict violence on women. There's also the Criminal Code, which protects women and men generally, but I feel that the provisions in the Criminal Code do not protect women fully. So we still fall back on the VAP.
The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act was passed by the National Assembly in 2015. The act addresses several forms of violence that include abuse, accessory before the fact, harassment, and harmful traditional practices, as well as emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. The Act means that all laws dealing with violence under the criminal and penal codes have been superseded and are to be determined by a new set of guidelines. However, it is a federal law and can only be administered in the Federal Capital Territory and any state that domesticates it. As at March 2018, only Anambra, Ebonyi, and Oyo states have domesticated the act. The remaining 33 states are yet to.
In Abuja here, issues of violence are being taken care of. But now we are calling on the state governments to be able to pass this law into their own states.
The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act cannot continue to remain just a piece of legislation. Advocates want the law to translate into real meaning for the lives of Nigerian women. Gender activists want the law to move from where women not only get justice to where our cultures and traditions undergo so much fundamental change that violent acts are detested by all. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.